Hey squad, Sykes here, and welcome back to another video here on InstallationX. I hope you are very well. Today's video is going to be slightly different as I'm going to be doing a channel update because last week, actually Monday I think it was, it is my 2-year anniversary, or InstallationX's 2-year anniversary on YouTube. And what I normally do around this time is I kind of normally do a update video on some of the things that I have planned going forward, some of the changes, some of the things that I think have worked well, some of the things that haven't necessarily worked well, and just give you a little bit of a roadmap and a bit of transparency on what the next year on InstallationX will potentially look like. So first off, I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone who has continued to view videos on the channel, have subscribed. It's been an absolutely fantastic year for the channel and for myself personally. I've really enjoyed making videos for InstallationX this year. This time last year we were on 450 subs. And now we are on, I believe, 1,671 at the time of recording, which is obviously a massive jump forward. I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone who helped me get to YouTube Partner in July, I think it was, when we hit 1,000 subs. And that has been able, or I've been able to obviously monetize my videos now, put ads on videos, which has been great. It's obviously small things at the moment. It's a part-time thing. It's just a hobby at the moment, but I'm earning roughly around £50 a month on YouTube, which is really cool because it's money that I can reinvest back into the channel. More on that in a bit. So I just want to say again, a massive thank you. A little bit of a personal update. Some of you may have noticed that I haven't really been uploading much lately. I've had a lot going on with work, with family, having work done on the house. Like it's been quite stressful, so unfortunately I haven't had as much time for videos lately. Obviously this is a part-time thing, it's just a hobby, so that's where unfortunately the situation's at, but I'm trying to put plans in place which will make it a little bit easier for me to manage my time moving forward, so I can spend a bit more time editing videos and getting uploads out more regularly. Obviously I had a lot of time over well, what I would say the first lockdown here in the UK, so that was virtually a year ago, between March and I'd say July and over the summer, because I was furloughed, so I wasn't doing as much for work because I couldn't, because I was at home, so I had more time to create videos, which was great because I managed to upload more and get more stuff out, and it was really good. But obviously now that I'm back at work, I've actually been promoted as well, which is really cool, but also it means that I have less time for YouTube. So all these things I'm trying to manage at the moment, but we have a plan, and that's what we're going to talk about today. So another little update is I still don't have a Series X. I won't go into the debacle that I had in November with Amazon fucking me over with my Series X, but that has meant that I've spent the money that I would have spent on the Series X building my PC. So I now have a fully fledged PC instead of working on my old 7-year MacBook, which means I'm able to do more editing, or better editing, and I have more capacity for captures, because all my captures would screw up and all sorts. So generally, from a tech perspective, things are in a much better place. So, moving forward, what can we expect from the content? So, I think most people will know by now that Sea of Thieves has really become the core game of InstallationX. A lot of people have subscribed as a result of my tutorial videos around Sea of Thieves, lots of content. It's the game that I've produced most videos on. It's the game that's performed by a mile the best on my channel. So Sea of Thieves is still going to be a very strong pillar for InstallationX moving forward, especially with Rare continuing to put monthly updates out. Season 2 is not far away, so I'm going to continue to make Sea of Thieves videos as much as I can and inform you guys and give you guys advice and help as best I can moving forward. Another game that is going to become front and center of the channel as well is Halo. Some people might have already noticed that I'm doing more Halo videos at the moment around news coming out from the Halo Waypoint blog post and the Ask 343 videos for Halo Infinite, and I intend to create more Halo content moving forward as Halo Infinite releases in the fall. I'm a huge Halo fan. Halo is by far and away my favourite game franchise ever, so now that things are starting to roll up as we lead up to the release of Halo Infinite, you can expect more Halo content on the channel from there. So those two games are going to be the core of the focus going forward, but as well as I want to produce more Will It Happen videos. So my Will It Happen videos are kind of the videos that I have to research a bit more, and it's a bit of speculation of whether we'd get sequels and follow-ups to some games and franchises that have, let's say, been dormant for a while. Some of my videos on those games have performed really well, like my Hellblade 2 video, when one of the very early videos that I did, Will It Happen? And yes, it will, because we're going to get that game exclusive on Xbox. Can't wait. Sunset Overdrive 2, Quantum Break 2, all these kind of videos have actually performed quite well, and I've really enjoyed making them. So I plan to make more of those Will It Happen videos, do a bit more research, have a bit more discussion around them. the one big thing that I'm probably going to change moving forward is reviews. So some of you may have noticed that I've been trying to do, I guess, more traditional reviews, like a lot of the big gaming outlets would do and other YouTubers would do. The problem with that is I don't like reviewing a game without having played the game fully, because I don't think it gives it a fair assessment if you only play part of the game and review it from there. So I've wanted to play games all the way through, but the problem is a lot of the games that I want to review are now so massive and so long. A great example of this is Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Some of you may have spotted I was doing a couple of Valhalla videos and then I stopped. And the reason why I stopped was because the game is so massive, I just didn't have the opportunity to sit down and play the whole thing all the way through. So I'm now trying to finish up Valhalla now while I've got a bit of time off work, because I've taken some annual holiday. And basically, I'm going to change the way I do reviews. Reviews are going to come out when they come out. So instead of trying to bust my ass to try and get the review out as quickly as possible, I want to take my time a little bit with certain games, and when I get the chance to review them and play them properly, the review will then come out. That may mean the review comes out a couple of months later, so I'm going to try and change it and call them retro reviews. So they're retrospective in terms of they come out a couple of months later, or maybe go back and review some older games that I've played, or maybe some older games that you want me to play and review those, because I'm always up for that. You know, if there's any games that you think would be good for me to review and that maybe I haven't played before and they may have come out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 years ago, then let me know, because I would really like to go back and play more games, because there's a lot of games that I have missed, but I'm more than happy to find the time to do that and kind of work reviews round a little bit differently. The other things as well is the Xbox news. So obviously things are starting to roll up quite quickly moving into the summer. Obviously that's usually the big gaming season, especially for Xbox. Obviously a lot of things have come out recently around the Bethesda acquisition, the Bethesda games that are coming to Game Pass, Outriders going into Game Pass day one. Recently MLB The Show 2021 is going to be in Game Pass day one, which Twitter is freaking out about. So I want to kind of do a weekly update on Xbox news, similar to what I was doing with the X Marks the Spot podcast, which I started this time last year. The problem with that is it would take me so long, and I just didn't structure that properly, and especially when it's only me. Like, if I was talking to someone, it would be a lot better, but because I was just doing like a one-man show kind of podcast and giving my thoughts and opinions on it, it would just run too long and it didn't work very well. So I'm going to try and condense all the news for Xbox has in a given week, so you get like your 10 minutes of Xbox news done and dusted, all there, and structure it slightly differently, still giving my opinion, because I don't want to do like a This Week on Xbox show, which Xbox already does. I want to alter it a little bit differently, so I'm going to try and do that, but more on that will be coming out later. And finally, the biggest thing that I want to start doing is streaming. So I thought long and hard about this. I've always been interested in streaming, and now that I've got a PC that has the capabilities to do that with my Xbox One still, I've basically got the tech and the equipment now where I can make that happen. Now, recently, I used some of the money that I've generated from YouTube, and I paid a team over on Fiverr called Artquad, who are awesome, by the way. They've made me some new graphics. You hopefully will see the new logo on the channel, and they've made me lots of animated graphics for streaming. So I've had a lot of things made up. I'm trying to make it as professional as possible, and I want to start streaming in the coming weeks. I'm trying to get everything set up with OBS and Streamlabs at the moment. It is a little complicated, so it's taking me a little bit of time. But the idea is that hopefully every weekend in some way, whether it's a couple of hours or maybe even a longer stream, I want to stream to you guys so I can show off, other games, play Sea of Thieves, play Halo, play other single player games, and just basically get the chance to interact with you more on a personal basis, because I think we don't really do much on InstallationX with regards to that, and I want to. And then finally, matching into that is social media. So my social media presence at the moment for InstallationX is quite rubbish, and I'm willing to accept that. So I want to try and get a bit more active on Twitter and Instagram in particular, because they're the two main platforms that I'm on. So I will leave all my Twitter and Instagram information. It's all linked on YouTube. So I really appreciate if you go over there and follow me. If I've got people to interact with, I'm more likely to post stuff. So I'm going to try and do that more. So yeah, that's pretty much everything that I want to do over the next year. We'll see how it goes. I'm always constantly looking at things and reviewing things, but I want to kind of come up with a structure now where it's consistent, that people know when you come to InstallationX, this is what you can expect. Because I feel like over the last 2 years, as I've grown into this, as I've started to learn more about what I want to make and what other people like to watch, things have been very scattergun. So they've kind of been all over the place. So I want to come up with a very clear, specific focus of 4 or 5 strands of content that you can expect on the channel, and stick with those and do those as best as I can. So I hope that all makes sense. Again, if you've got any questions or any thoughts or any feedback, then please let me know in the comments section. I would very, very much appreciate that. But in the meantime, as always, I'm Sykes, and look forward to seeing you all on InstallationX in the coming year. Bye, guys.